Joseph and Thompson, point guard and I guess forward/center. He's not really their center. I guess Gary Johnson's their center. But they're about the same size. They play the same position, whatever. It's the same thing. Forward, center.
Yeah, pretty much. Texas Longhorns are...
They got another Canadian kid that's going to come in next year, Mike Congo.
From where, but? From BC?
No. He's also out of Toronto.
Oh, yeah?
And
that's why it's a special, especially for us, like Torontonians, like we're behind the Texas Longhorns.
Rick Barnes is recruiting out of a high school in Nevada that these kids went down and played. So this guy Congo is going to be, he's like the #1 rated prospect.
Joseph played
in high school. Joseph and Thompson, they play on the same high school team. And Congo plays on that team right now. Right? So, I mean, this guy Rick Barnes is recruiting Canadians. So next year, I know they're both going to sit. Joseph and Thompson are definitely staying in college. Thompson can't hit a fucking free throw if his life depended on it. So he's not going anywhere. He can't hit anything outside of 10 feet. So he's not going to the NBA. No NBA team's going to draft him. Corey Joseph, good little player, but he doesn't have the quickness to play in the NBA. A guy like John Wall will just eat him up and spit him out. So we're going to see them next year. We're going to see 3 Canadians on a starting 5 of a top-ranked team next year. That's going to be something special. You will never see that ever again. Never ever see that never again. Watch it for next year.
Listen to this guy, man. This guy knows what the fuck he's saying, man. Straight up. Listen to this guy. Okay, our 6th seed is San Diego State, coming out of one of the teams coming out of the Mountain West.
Yeah, San Diego State. I don't think they have a deep bench either.
I don't like
Never heard of them, right?
No, I heard of them. I've heard of them.
Only this year. They were kind of good last year. They probably stick around at rank 20 to 30. This year they're 6th. Okay.
The site where I get my information, I know where they're ranked, right? And it's actually mind-boggling because these guys never fucking cover. Never cover.
They cover some. I mean,
no, they win games. They win.
They smash people sometimes, and sometimes they don't. They're just like every other team.
Okay, moving on to the other team in the Mountain West is Brigham Young.
Yeah, Brigham Young.
Brigham Young.
I can't believe there's 2 Mountain West teams in the top 7. That's ridiculous. And you know what? Neither of these teams should even be there. I mean, San Diego State has 2 guys, White and Gay. They basically have an all-black team, and that's the only reason why they're more athletic than everybody else. But let's be honest here. They're going to play against teams like Kansas, Pittsburgh. They're going to play against teams that can beat them at their own athletic game, and they're going to get smashed. Brigham Young, the complete opposite. I don't think Mormons allow black people into Utah. So, I mean, you're talking... I hate Brigham Young. I hate them. Don't ever bet on Mormons. Don't ever bet on Mormons, and don't ever bet on Hawaii games at 12 o'clock at night. Okay? Don't chase your money on Hawaii games. Don't ever do that, please. So, Brigham Young, Jimmer Fredette, probably going to win College Player of the Year. And that's about all they have. They don't have anything else. But this guy's ridiculous. He's hitting threes from... He'll do like a LeBron James against Milwaukee Bucks last year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where he scored 11 points in a minute and a half. He just took a 3, takes another 3, and now this time he's going to pull up from between the 3-point line and half court and hit that 3. He's just going further and further away from the basket. That's the type of player he is. He gets hot, watch out, because he's going to carry. He's going to beat everybody.
Okay, moving on to the 8th seed. Purdue.
I know my buddy is in love with Purdue, but, they've lost some players from last year. I can't believe they're ranked 8th. They only have 2 players.
They're heartbreakers, bro.
They are. I mean, they got 2 players. They got Juwan Johnson, probably the best big man outside of Sullinger in the country. And you know what? I would probably take Juwan Johnson over Sullinger because he can stretch a defense. He can hit that outside shot. Sullinger, not really. He's good in the post. He's a little chubby. Johnson, more like Chris Bosh. Probably going to be top 5 pick next year.
Don't say that.
He will be.
Don't say that.
Don't say Chris Bosh. He's like Chris Bosh. I mean, if you're gonna model,
if you actually like this kid, don't compare him to Chris Bosh.
Hey, Chris Bosh was the 4th pick overall, right? So he's gonna be in the top 5. And
and the Raptors scouts should get fucking shot.
He was a good player when he was with the Raptors. Can't say anything about that. But Purdue lost Robbie Hummel, their 6'9" guard slash forward. He went out with a knee. He's actually got knee problems now. This is not the first year that he's had knee problems. So, you know, they were supposed to have 3 good players. They only have 2. They have the returning point guard from last year, Jackson. He can't really hit shots though, so like I wouldn't trust him to have the ball in his hands. It's going to be on Etwan Moore's hand, and he's a donkey. Forget it. Purdue's not going nowhere. Next.
Well, 9 seed, the Fighting Irish, Notre Dame, coming out of the Big East, the last team to come out of the Big East in the top 10.
Yeah, you know what? This happens every year. Every year this happens. The team, a good team, loses their best player, and then the next year, they're even better. Okay? Notre Dame lost Luke Herringody, basically one of the best players in college basketball last year. Lost him. Now, they're smashing everybody.
Well, they had to play minus their best player, so that elevated the skill of the other players. And now you have them back, and they're ready to go.
You know, their best player this year is a guy named Ben Hansborough. He played on them last year. He fucking wasn't doing that last year when I bet on them. He fucking was a donkey last year. Yeah. This year, this guy's...
I know.
This guy's ridiculous. This year, it's like...
It's a different team.
No, he got better. Let's just be honest. This kid got better. Good for him. He went out, worked on the off season, probably worked on his left hand, because he probably could only go right. He probably could only go one way. Now he can go both ways. Good for you, Ben. You went out there and you got better. Hopefully you stick around. I want to see you next year.
Okay, our last seed on this on this video, long video. I know people, but you know what you've been getting has been.
Look, you're getting inside. We're doing it so you know something about every team, right?
Okay, let's move on to our 10th seed, Arizona, coming out of the Pac-10.
Yep.
The only team in the top 10 to come out of.
The only team ranked in the Pac-10, Arizona Wildcats. Not
Wildcats.
Not much expected out of them. But, you know, they had the best player. Well, they had one of the best players in the Pac-10 going in. They were expected to be like top 3 team in the Pac-10, but they've really risen to the top. They just beat Washington in a great game. That was a really great game that played on the weekend. So they're... You know, but they don't have the players around Williams, their star forward, to get them anywhere. So we'll see what happens in the tournament when they're playing probably on the East Coast. You know, they'll probably choke. Might be one of the first teams to go out, I think.
Well, you can't, from a gambling aspect, you can't have these guys as a sleeper. They're already a ranked team, you know what I mean? So...
people will pick them to win, though. People will pick them to win the tournament, and that's just ridiculous. That will not happen.
Whoever those people are, we should give them our number.
Yeah, seriously, I'll take those bets.
We'll take those bets.
I'll take those bets.
Okay, remember, folks, follow us on eBay. Follow us on eBay. It's the Sports Shack Locker. We have some cool stuff: jerseys, sports memorabilia, hockey cards. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
And follow us on our website, www.thesportsshack.ca.
We say it, we play it.